Hello everyone, welcome to my kitchen. Now that the weather is starting to change and fall is here and it's getting a little bit cooler, I have a really nice recipe for you to try for the colder months. It's a vegan tomato soup and the tomatoes are roasted. And this soup is so creamy and rich and flavorful, and the best of all, it's very simple to make. I really believe that my recipes are easy to make. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time if there's a lot of vegetables and we have to chop a lot, but other than that, really my recipes are very simple, and this is no exception. When it's cold, you really want a nice creamy warm soup. Let me show you the ingredients. Everything that I have here is organic because that is my preference, but you can decide not to go organic, that's up to you. I use a baking sheet and I use unbleached parchment paper. I actually use 2 sheets, and then I put the tomatoes and then onions and garlic. I don't add any oil to this, and I just put them in the oven and I roast them. When they start to get brown, then I take them out and they are ready. So this is the main ingredients. I generally like to use Roma tomatoes, but I didn't find Roma tomatoes today, so I went with heirloom tomatoes, which are very good. But you can use field tomatoes or Roma tomatoes. As I said, the Roma tomatoes are the ones that I usually like to use. Tomatoes have very rich nutritional value because they have the 4 most important carotenoids: beta carotenoids, alpha carotenoids, lycopene, and lutein. They are rich in potassium, and they also have the 3 major antioxidants, which are vitamin A, vitamin C, and vitamin E. So as you can see, they are very nutritious. We also need organic fresh basil, and I have fresh oregano. I also have thyme, organic thyme. I have also from my garden rosemary, and I love rosemary. It's so aromatic. Also Ceylon cinnamon, which is the real cinnamon. We need a small piece of Ceylon cinnamon. Many of the roasted tomato soups have cream in them. Since my recipes are vegan, I use coconut butter instead of cream, and it's so good. Coconut butter is not the same as coconut oil. So coconut butter is the meat of the coconut. And I also have my favorite salt, which is Himalayan pink salt. I also have allspice and a few cloves. That is all we need in the ingredients. This soup is so rich and so nutritious. Everything in this recipe is natural, whole plant. I avoid as much as I can processed foods because it is the best way to maintain our health. And I hope you will enjoy this rich soup as much as I do. And in equipment, all we need is a high-speed blender. I have a Vitamix, and we don't really need to strain this soup. I like to use everything, so there's no need to strain it. It will end up very creamy and you won't feel any pieces with a high-speed blender. So let's make this together. Now we are going to make our tomato soup. So all I have to do is I have to pour the tomatoes in the blender. The onions, the garlic, everything goes in here. So we have the tomatoes, the onions, and the garlic in the blender. Now we're gonna add the coconut butter. We also add the cloves and the allspice. Add the salt, and finally the basil. We blend the basil but not the other herbs. Those are gonna be chopped and we're gonna put them when we simmer the soup. Now this is almost ready. I have the soup in the pot now. Now all I have to do is to chop the herbs, the rest of the herbs. Add the cinnamon stick just like this, and you're gonna take it out at the end when the soup is ready. Add this. Put it on the stove to simmer for a few minutes. Our soup is ready and it's so aromatic and it has this rich color. It smells delicious and it's creamy and it's warm, and I'm sure you will enjoy it in the colder months. I also grilled some artisan bread, and you can dip the bread in the soup and it will be so delicious. So give it a try and give me your comments, and bon appetit. See you next time. Bye.